Hello, hi, I'm Sarah from The Oncoming. Such a pleasure to have you here on the red carpet. So tell us a bit about your role in the film, in this amazing film about Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, so I play Nick Szymanski, who is her manager and very close friend, especially during her earlier part of her career. They released Frank together and they kind of did all their early tours together in a little beat-up car. So they were very, very close. So it's a pleasure to step into that role.
And of course, Amy Winehouse means so much to so many people, left such an indelible mark on music, on our culture. How familiar were you already with her music, and what did it mean to you to be involved with the project?
Yeah, massively, I think we're all so familiar with her music. What was amazing about taking on this role was that I got to get a real insight as to why she wrote the music she wrote and what her lyrics meant, which I think is a real kind of unveiling of Amy as a person, which was just beautiful to be able to do.
And seeing Marissa's incarnation of her, it's just phenomenal. Rather than sort of focusing too much on impersonating her, she seems to really capture so much of her spirit and her energy. Was it incredible to work alongside her, and what did you think of the performance?
Absolutely, she embodies her completely. It's not an impersonation, and so to be a sponge off of her energy on set was just a privilege. And I feel like we really worked well together. I hope she says the same. But no, she was fantastic, and I can't wait for the world to see what she's done with this, because it's truly stunning work.
And obviously the film, it does, strikes a good balance between really celebrating some of her amazing performances, her amazing music writing, but doesn't shy away from the personal struggles she faced. What were some of the highlights on set, but also maybe some of the more difficult moments?
One of my highlights personally was there's a particular scene where me, Eddie, who plays Mitch, and Marissa have a bit of an intervention scene, and I feel like that's actually a real key turning point in her life. So to have a hand in portraying that discussion felt really quite important, and as a cast and with Sam as our director, we kind of really found that push-pull that Amy felt so much in her life, people wanting her to do different things for different reasons, and I like to think that we found that, and that as an artist was just like working with someone like Eddie Marston. I was kind of like, yeah, what he said, let's do it. He's great.
And of course, the film does resist sort of like outright villainizing any of the characters, but I guess with the benefit of hindsight, you sort of watching and imploring through the screen for somebody to sort of stop her going down the road she did. Did you sort of have quite a think about that? And even a moment like that, could more have been done? But maybe the real villain here is addiction and the paparazzi.
I think you're right. I think the real villain is addiction and paparazzi. I think mistakes were made, but I think it's easy to look in hindsight, when this is your daughter or your partner, like how could anyone respond to what happened to Amy in that period of time? So sudden and so kind of sent up to space, with fame and money, and I think it's easy for us to look back and say, oh, that was a mistake, but at the end of the day, people lost their daughter or their partner, they lost a loved one, and I think who are we to look back and villainise people for that,
Do you hope that we're in a better place, and for the likes of Britney and Amy Winehouse, that nowadays that we're not treating people as badly, or are there still a few lessons to learn?
I think there's still always something to take away, and yeah, it's changed. The media outlets have now changed, but I think we still can all learn to just be kind to each other, because it affects everyone.
In the process of making the film, was there anything you discovered about Amy you didn't know before, or do you have a favourite song that you didn't have before?
I think my favourite song is Teardrops on Their Own, but like I say, the majority of the film I didn't know why she wrote the song she wrote, and it was really a pleasure to be able to understand why where her lyrics came from, and the artistry that came through in that was just brilliant.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the film. Really enjoyed the night. Thank you.